because you do have good hand-eye coordination. See the movement in your head. So when you learn to turn around your axis, the top of your spine, C8, and you just work on doing that, you're going to hit it fine. But you got a natural swing, you know. Look how you hit the ball here. That was your first one. But then watch how you hit the second one here. You've got some side-to-side movement in your hips. We call that a sway. You want to think of turning in a barrel. So you just have to work your hips like if you were, if you were in a barrel, you just turn inside a barrel. You know, your hips are going to rotate in a cylinder, right? So let's move forward here. So what I mean by turning in a barrel, let's assume this is a barrel. You're inside a barrel, pickle barrel. So that side to side, we call that lateral movement, lateral shifting. Both of the pelvis and of the spine. If we could just go rotary instead of lateral. Now that's a lot to think about. You probably wouldn't want to think about it while you're playing if you went on the course because it would mess you up. But yeah, you'll get it eventually. Yeah, so this is good. And look how good this is coming into the ball. If you look at your impact condition, I'll show you. You maximize your swing radius. That is phenomenally good. And I didn't tell you how to do that. So when I say swing radius, it's the length of your arm. We'll call it 34 inches. And the length of the club, we'll call it 36. We'll call it 70 inches. That's the key to hitting the golf ball. If you can, most people do this. They call that chicken wing. So that tells me you don't need a lot of coaching because you naturally have figured out how to get the club on the ball. If we start looking around at other people and we look at people that are playing golf at a high level professionally, they don't look any different than what you're doing. Now, the one difference is they've put thousands of hours of practice in, probably around 10,000 hours. There's 2,000 hours in a work year, so you figure 5 times 2 is 10. Figure 5 years of working on your swing. See, the radius doesn't look any different than what you're doing here. Her right arm is still straight or bent. The right arm works like a throwing motion if you're going to skip a rock. It doesn't bend. Or it doesn't extend or straighten until after the ball's gone. And your right hand works like this. And your left hand works like that. And it stays square to the arc. If I connected my upper arms right on the pec, tricep on the pec, and I turn my trunk.
When do you keep your bicep on your pec? For drive, short game?
I do it pretty much all the time, And what I mean by that is I want my hands to stay in the center of my chest. I don't want any independent movement of my arms. When I say connection, the definition of connection is, see how these move together, the trunk and the arms? If you move one independent of another, it's very difficult to time the swing. All right.